Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to episode 20 of my FIFA 15 DC United career mode. And as I said in my earlier video that I posted today, the editing will be a little off, at least for this one as well. Now, for the next couple of episodes, I did find a way to counteract or find a way to basically fix this. But just for this episode, guys, just hang in there with me. And here we start off with the Colorado Rapids. Now, the Colorado Rapids, I don't know, I don't recall during this season in the game how well they're doing, but I know like in real life they're not doing so hot. They've played very well defensively, however, they seem to have issues finding ways to score. They brought in a new DP striker, but he has yet to pay the dividends that was expected of them. And here we go with our first shot of the game, and I believe it was Fabi or Eddie Johnson, one of those two. I managed to take shot there first. However, it was a little bit off wide there. Excuse me. Here we have Zach Math, who's on loan currently to the Colorado Rapids from, I believe it's Philly or New York. I forget which team. And here we go with another shot that's just far wide. It seems to me, and that's Silver there, it seems to me that we're actually, for some reason, repeating the start of the season here where we basically made a couple shots, but for some reason we couldn't get on target. So hopefully that'll shake up a little bit and we can get our scoring form back that we had the last video. And here you go with Eddie Johnson with a nice save there by Zach Math. There we go with the repetition and a nice save there, just peering the ball. And it was Ramajo, my bad. It was not Eddie Johnson. We're here with the corner kick, which Silver will take with an outward swing, and Boswell will make it. No. Here we go with the next counterattack here, where Namaja passes it to Silva. Silva shoots, and there with a one-handed save again comes big Zach McMath for the Colorado Rapids, keeping them in the game here. Put his paw in there and just said, no, you shall not pass. A la Gandalf the Grey. Here we go with a nice center there, and unfortunately Pontius could not get a good enough shot off it, but it wasn't that far off. Anyways, Zach Math will bring the play back again here. And here we seem to get it back here. Eddie Johnson and Ramajo. Ramajo's going to go one-on-one. 1v1. 1v1. And he shoots. And again, how unfortunate is that? He was all by himself. He should have made that shot, but for some reason it's just off wide there. And by some reason, I mean obviously my aim is horrible. And here we go with a corner for the Colorado Rapids. And a nice save out there. And Pittman is going to shoot. And a nice save there by Hamid. And Kemp's going to take that out. And that's the end of the first half, guys. 0-0 so far. I think we've had the better chances here. I don't think Colorado has had many. There we go. Just one shot on target. And we've had a couple. So I'd like to say that we are actually in control of this game. But that would depend, I guess, on your perspectives of whether or not possession is a big factor in who's controlling the game. I guess now that I think about it, it would make sense, but, you know, it depends. There's a lot of opinions out there. So, actually, you know what, guys? Let me know in the comment section. If you have more of the possession, does that necessarily mean you're in control of the game? Let me know in the comment section there down below. And here we go, and I'm taking out Eddie Johnson and putting in Michael Seaton, who has been a revelation, at least for this team in this season so far. And here we go with De Leon with a nice turn. He's going to shoot, and there we go with a nice save by Zach Math, and De Leon gets a second chance. But unfortunately for him, he actually heads it, I should say, right over the crossbar. And Ramajo there is not too happy about that as well. And I'm just waiting here for Math to put it back. And here we take out the counterattack here and we give it to Lucilo. So he's going to pass it to Ramajo. Ramajo's all by himself. He sees Michael Seaton there. And unfortunately, that cross was just not strong enough. And here you go on the other side with Umbongo. And Umbongo just blasts it through. And there's literally nothing my goalkeeper could have done to save that. Well, typically I'd be angry because he just stood there, but the shot was just so powerful. I don't think Bill Hamid had any opportunity to react to that. There you go with a nice free play there, and like I said, the shot was just so powerful. I don't think Bill Hamid had enough time to react to it. A nice shot, and I believe it's his third goal of this season. That's pretty interesting. And here we go. Now we have a deficit here for the first time in a while, actually. And Ramajo's going to go in for the counterattack here. Let's see if we can fix this outcome so far. And he goes 1v2. And again, here we go. This time we finally get it on frame here. And Ramajo scores the tying goal of this game. What a nice bend there, and a nice hitting the poster is a nice visual there, guys. And Bill Hamid there is pretty happy, guys, with that equalizer. And Ramajo's pointing at the spot for some reason, but that's his third goal of the season. And so far, Ramajo, I think, has been one of the best pickups we've had this season. Up there with Velarde. I'm not so sure about Mina. Mina actually has not been on the field, so Mina has not been too much of a factor here with our team this season. But maybe things will look up for him in the future. And we just saw that witness that shot there by Ramajo, and unfortunately it wasn't on frame, just like many of the shots here. And when Nicky D's going by himself, and he's going to center the ball, and Seaton had that for the win. I'm not sure how he missed it, guys. But that was all him. He had the winning goal right there, and unfortunately, this game will end in a draw. No matches available to watch this yet. Anyways, and here we go off with the next match, which is against Montreal Impact. And I'm putting in the B squad here to give the A squad a little rest. I think I'm making a few changes actually. Taking out Villard and putting in Jared Jeffrey. And I believe I'm making one more change. And am I putting in Aguilar for Ramajo? I'm trying to remember. Yes, I am. And will I be putting my third string goalkeeper? Mina. I'm putting in Mina in. And that's my starting 11 here. And here we go, guys. We're at home here, shaking hands there with Montreal Impact. Yeah, the Montreal Impact this season, like in real life, have been doing surprisingly well. I'm not a big Copeless fan. I honestly think he's not. I guess that's my 2 cents here. I don't think he's prepared, let's say, to put it nicely, as a coach at this level at the moment. But so far, he's surprised me. He's taken advantage of his games in hand, and he's actually been getting pretty good results for them. And now with the integration of Drogba playing in MLS this season, that obviously makes things a lot more interesting. And I'm hoping to get a glimpse of him playing for the Montreal Impact tonight, actually, with the game that I believe is against Philly, if I'm not mistaken. And Philly's another whole situation there. They're currently down on the bottom of the table, but here's hoping that they pull it off. They actually got Tranquilo Barnett, a new striker DP there, so hopefully that's one of the changes that'll bring them up level. And here we go now with Aguilar, who steals the ball and is on his way 1v1, and he shoots, and what a nice save there by the goalkeeper. And my second striker, who I believe is Arieta at the moment, that is inexcusable. There is no way you can miss that shot with an open net. And no, I don't agree. Don't give him the thumbs up. That should have been a goal. Here you go, Donadell. Donadell passes it to Piatti, the Argentine playmaker, who throws in a nice ball to McInerney, and McInerney just shoots in. And what a goal, guys, by McInerney. McInerney, who currently is playing for the Columbus Crew as a reserve player, apparently, or substitute. A super sub, if you will. But he is probably the best paid player in Toronto. Excuse me, in Columbus Crew right now. So that's a little odd to be spending so much money for a sub player, for someone coming off the bench. But here we go. We see his class right there, and he's actually a very talented striker. I just, unfortunately, his career hasn't gone the way that he had wanted to, but he's still relatively young, and he has a lot more time left to develop and basically take this league by storm. And here we see a foul by the Belgian player Simon on my Mexican American player Aguilar here, and that was a deserved yellow. Had he not gotten a yellow, I would have been disappointed at the ref. Here with Chris Rolfe with the free kick, and he's going to just pass it nicely to Arieta. He's just passing it to Jeffrey. Jeffrey loses the ball, and that's the end of that, basically. And the first half will end 1-0 with Montreal taking the lead. And here I'm making a couple changes here, as I always do, and I'm putting in Colin Martin. And I believe I'm taking Arieta out and I'm putting Michael Steen here and seeing what I can do. Michael Steen has a lot of pace, obviously, so that'll give me a variation of striker that I don't have at the moment, because right now I don't have a very pacey striker. Michael Steen to the future here for Colin Martin, and Aguilar sneaks by, and he's going for the shot, and unfortunately, it goes straight to the goalkeeper. The aim was horrible there, and he should really do better next time, actually, with Nietzsche. Michael Seaton there with the pace. He goes by his defender. He's going for goal, and will this be the tying goal? And yes, it is. That is the equalizer there, and that's the reason I brought him in. With that sick pace that he has, he can easily go by defenders and go 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and he has enough of a quality of a touch there to smoothly put it past the goalkeeper there. A second sooner and the goalkeeper would have actually gotten it, so the timing there was just perfect. And like I said previously, Michael Seaton with 2 goals so far isn't really reflective of the wonderful season he's been having this year with DC United. In this career mode, I should say. And what a nice pass there for Aguilar. And will Aguilar make it 2-1? No. Niche says no. And what a nice save by the Montreal goalkeeper, who's, I think, no longer with the team. I think he was on loan just for that CONCACAF Champions League game. And then he kind of just, his loan ended. So that's an interesting move there by Montreal. And with this corner kick, unfortunately, we got it, but not on frame. And as the game comes to a close, we're still 1-1, guys. And here with a nice pass to Seaton. Can Seaton get the victory here? He's passing it to Aguilar. Aguilar's going to shoot. And what a weak kick there, Aguilar. That is just... I'm at a loss for words. He basically controlled it well, but unfortunately, he couldn't get the right power, and that's horrendous. And that's how our second game will end, 1-1. So far, our performances have been lackluster, so to speak. They haven't been the way I wanted them to go, but we're still up front here. And like I said, the editing here is a little horrid here. And I'm going to put in Opara, or Opare, excuse me, because Opara plays for Sporting Kansas City, which everyone else should know, actually, including myself. Opare, and I'm putting in Robinson as a right back here. I'm giving a couple of my youngsters here, or reserve players, some minutes here, and that's typically what I like to do with my career modes. I don't like to stick to a common starting 11. I like to change things up a little bit. Because, I mean, in real life, that's kind of how things would go. Unless you're obviously Jose Mourinho, who keeps the same starting 11 from game 1 to game 38 of the Barclays Premier League. And before you guys say anything, I'm actually a Chelsea fan, so I can actually knock my own coach. Or my own team's coach, I should say. Here with Toronto FC with Gilberto Giovinco. No Altidore at the moment. I think he's on the bench. Which is really funny because right now he actually just got off the bench in the game here with Toronto versus uh, Orlando, which actually just ended, and it was a routing. It was a punishment for Orlando. Seriously, because being one man down is horrible enough, and they actually pulled off a 0-0 tie during the first half. But in the second half, obviously, um, the physical aspect of the game gets to you, and they actually blundered 5 goals. And here you go with Johnson, and Johnson opens up the game with a 1-0 lead. And Eddie Johnson, who right now is my main striker because Fabi Spindle is still injured. He has a couple weeks left, and what a nice driven shot there by EJ. That is a nice angle, I gotta say that. And here's Eddie Johnson's first goal of the season, which again is surprising. And we see here that Michael Bradley seems to be injured, which is not good for the national team at the moment. And Michael Bradley apparently just shook it off. And here we go with Giroud, but nothing too difficult for Dijkstra here. And we go off with the ball again. Here we go with Ramajo, who passes it nicely to Johnson. Will Johnson get his brace? He cuts in. He's going to shoot. And unfortunately, it was a little wide. Not on target for Eddie Johnson here. And Roberts will bring the ball back in play. Here you go with Osorio with the counterattack for Giroud. Giroud with Giovinco. And Giovinco shoots and scores, but he's offsides. That was like the strangest thing I just saw because I was wondering why Giovinco slowed down, but apparently I guess he slowed down because he was trying to play the offsides trap there, or the trying to beat the offsides, I should say. And that's how the first half will end, 1-0 DC United with the lead so far. And even though EJ scored, I think I'm going to take him out. Give him a little breather there and put in my kid here, Michael Seaton. And I'm going to put Halsey as well, if I'm not mistaken. Am I, or am I not? That's usually the move I would make. And I guess not. I guess I'm just putting Seaton in this time. And here we go with the counterattack of Toronto. Giroud, Gilberto shoots, and it's the post who saves it. And they couldn't get the rebound. And this is clearly a foul, guys. This is a deserved yellow to Scott excuse me, I can't even speak today. Guys, Caldwell. No ball whatsoever, and Michael Seaton gets the brunt of that tackle there. And here Perry Kitchen's going to put it back in frame, and Robinson. Altidore apparently got in the second half, and Moore with a nice shot there, and a nice save by Dijkstra. But it wouldn't even matter because Moore is offsides. Either way, though, like I said, guys, Dijkstra makes the most incredible saves out of all my 3 goalkeepers. I'm hoping this will boost up his overall because he's been amazing this season. And Seaton shoots, and that is number 2. I swear, this kid is on fire right now. 2 goals in 2 games for the 19-year-old or the 18-year-old. I don't know how old he is. I just know teenager at the moment. What a nice cut there. He just left his defender hanging, and he puts a nice finesse shot in there. Nothing but net. And I was actually going to say nothing the goalkeeper could do, but he could have saved it. It wasn't exactly placed nicely, but a goal is a goal, and I'll take it. And here we go with the second half. The second. And Michael Seaton, can he make it? Can he get a second? Can he get a second in the game? He's all alone. He shoots. And that's number 2 for Michael Seaton. A third of the game. Second goal for the youngster in this game. And that makes it 4 overall for the season. Again, like I said, this kid is on fire. He's definitely getting a national team call-up for Jamaica pretty soon. If only Jamaica was actually in the FIFA games. And I think that's match, guys. 3-0. There's no way Toronto's going to overcome this. And here we go with the goalkeeper putting it back into play. And my defenders are with Kitchen going for the counter attack, but that's the whistle. And the game ends 3-0. That's it for this video, guys. You know, it's a nice way to end with a victory. And anyways, keep posted for the next videos coming up momentarily.